welcome to another My Little Podcast. We are your hosts. I am Bree. I'm here with my husband Jared.
Hi.
And my brother Bryson.
Hello.
Today we're going to be chit-chatting with you about the most recent weekly peak, but before we get word from our sponsor, the My Little Homestead t-shirt shop or merchandise shop, if you'd like to get something fun on a t-shirt, sweatshirt, handbag, or other sort of merch, you'll find it down in the description. We have recently put up 2 different designs. We did a little sunflower, My Little Homestead design, and then the little freedom one with the flag. So if one of those looks interesting or other ones that we have done in past weeks, you feel free to go check them out. All right. So in the last weekly peak, we had actually quite a bit of progress done on the workshop that we're doing right now, which is pretty fun. A lot of bags went up in the air, which is very satisfying.
Lots of bags. You know, it's funny. Dirt doesn't like to go up in the air, but I will say this: it is going up in the air.
Yes.
Yes.
For sure. It is going.
Yep.
It is going. And actually, interesting enough, I know last week when we did the live stream, at the end of the live stream, we went over and looked at the bags, and there was this question of, can these things withstand water, that's going to be coming before everything's all sealed in with the outer stucco stuff. And we weren't sure, but we've had torrential rain.
Torrential.
And it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, I think if we had torrential rain multiple days in a row, I think we'd start to have issues.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe.
Because
on the topmost layer,
but
maybe.
but just one torrential rain and in a 2-day span or whatever, 3-day span, I think it'll be fine because it'll harden up in the next 2 days.
Yeah, what was kind of interesting is that top layer was wet, but it wasn't corroded. There's no corrosion that's taken place. And I would have thought with one big rain, it was a ton of water, I would have thought we would see some washing out. But it seems like, what's kind of interesting, we've been putting the water in on the bag, as we're putting it, we're wetting it as it's going through the tube, and it's kind of difficult to get the water through that bag. It repels it pretty well.
Yeah.
So you have to really get it in there to get it to. Agreed. It's kind of fun. It's fun to see. But we'll keep you posted as we get more rain.
Yeah.
As the season goes on, because we're just at the beginning of the season. So
we get a ton of rain, we won't have a wall left.
No, I don't know. We'll see. It might just float away. No. Anyway.
Okay, by the way, there's no wall left.
This week the ladder walking deer. Ready? Okay, here we go.
Yeah. Okay.
You showed us a hidden talent.
Yes.
Jared, this week. I didn't know. I'm always learning new fantastic things about you that surprise me in a fun way. And Mary Allen said, "Love that ladder walk. I played it 3 times. Michael Jackson would have been jealous."
That's funny. That's really funny.
I was impressed. Mom's like, "Hey, you ready to be super impressed with your husband?" And I was like, "I already am, but go for it." And I was like, "Yeah, that's so impressive."
I remember my first job was at a Party City, and they use they have a good 15-foot ladders. So opened up, they're 15 feet.
Oh my gosh!
Because they need to access their ceiling panels and all that stuff. And those guys would regularly walk those ladders.
Whoa!
Oh my gosh.
Did you ever do that?
I think I did. They had a 10-foot one that I did a few times. So.
Oh man!
Oh, it's scary, but it looks so mild when you do it. I don't think, oh my gosh, you're gonna fall. You just must look so pro as you're doing it. It's awesome. Kevin Finkel said, "Have you ever considered installing a rotating brush on the skid steer to sweep the dirt into the auger every now and then?"
That is an interesting thought. I have never, ever, it has not occurred to me at all to put something that moves the dirt in. I've always was thinking vibrate the bucket or something, but that's an interesting thought process.
The thought that comes to mind is Dr. Seuss with the various things. But
you might be able to work up some
interesting idea, Kevin.
At the top of the bucket or at the front, have a bar that goes across that, and then you tie it to the hydraulics of the tie a chain to the hydraulics of the
Be interesting.
The other.
That's a very interesting thought.
I like your thought,
Kevin. I like that too. I might keep that in mind because that's
for sure. I don't even know. I can't get past my Dr. Seuss image to see it into reality, but it sounds awesome.
That's really, really clever thinking.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
Outside the box, cool.
Daryl Garrett said, "Where can I get those continuous red net bags?" And I believe that Tiny Shiny Home has it on their website. I'm not sure. I will link it down here in ours, we've mentioned it in previous podcasts, and I think there's a link to buying them. They arrived really quick. They're a cheap option, and it can be difficult to find the netted continuous bags, the earth bag ones, and these are Hyperadobe bags, so they're a little bit different. They're actually significantly different, I would say, but it's still the same concept of dirt in a bag. But
and they come in many different sizes. So I think we have the biggest option.
One of, for sure. I don't know if they make them bigger. They probably do, but
I'm sure they do.
Dad wanted to make sure that was really going to be a great foundation because it's going to go really high. So
it is
for sure.
And definitely, I would say twice as much dirt going into this building than we normally would with the smaller bags.
That's kind of interesting because Greg Does Nothing said, hey, I was wondering how much bigger the current project is than, say, the Muse Art Studio or the kitchen extension.
Double the size of the Muse Art Studio, wouldn't you say? But that's not counting the floor underneath. If we're counting the floor underneath, it's still probably double because it's 2 stories. It's probably
I would
about
say
double.
it's the biggest project that we've done.
Yeah.
And you'll see as it goes up, there's plans to put like that, a little apartment above it. Yeah. So it's a big one. I think it's the biggest one.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when it comes to the thickness too, like what you guys were saying, the thickness of them.
It's even thicker too.
Yeah, for sure.
Which means it's going to use way more dirt too.
Yeah, for sure.
But that's okay. We have a big pond. We're digging out.
We have a big pond. It's beautiful. We've been planning it out and stuff in the backyard.
Years, actually.
Yeah, for sure.
Years making.
Yeah, for sure.
And I keep telling Mom, gosh, I'm going to run out of dirt, Mom. I'm going to run out of dirt. She goes, nah, we'll figure it out. And looking at him going, I don't know. And looking, honestly, I think I'm just going to keep making it bigger until we're done.
We're going to have a little lake.
Here's the thing.
My little lake.
It'll be just fine. And,
Speaking of future projects, I have one that I have been thinking about I keep thinking about it. And it's one, it won't be soon, believe me. But I want to do a little library for books, obviously, but also like a little...
No way. You want to do a library for books?
But I was thinking you could make it where there's a lot of little nooks to read in that are squishy and fun to curl away in. And I also, a very ambitious project. I'm watching a lot of those people that put together little, I'm not even sure what you would call them, but they're like little miniature...
Well, they're like book nook diorama type deals. They're
things?
Like... Yeah, big, but like they're full of
miniatures and stuff like that. And I thought you could do a train around the whole top of the library that goes through a little diorama of, it goes through history, or it could go through the different seasons, or it could go through our different buildings up there, and then the train just goes through all of them. Oh man, that would be a lot of work. But,
actually, it'd be really
fun to make a really creative building.
You do a custom train that goes, and then you do like a tower, and then you just type in the book you want, and the train goes up, gets the book, and brings it back down
would be awesome.
to you, and then you can get it.
That would be
and that'd be cool.
Oh, man, that's one.
They make this huge tower, and at the very top you do windows, so it's really light.
Oh man, I'm thinking like you do it up well. You do the library like a little miniature castle. So like it has a tower that you could go up the tower and look around the property, and I don't know, just something really fun.
Zip line off the tower.
A lot of like little hidden Easter eggs as you're going through the building. So very intricate and fun, and I don't know. In the future, I'm planning that in my head. Our future children perhaps will have some input on that. That's how far away I'm thinking. Anyway, Janet Diaz says, it must feel pretty good to see the windows in. Of course, this is back on the workshop project. And Janet,
well, no, when you're probably gonna say
okay.
It,
well,
so.
when the windows go in, it's the first like, oh my gosh, this is going to be a building for starters. Like when you look at it, but also it cuts down the work significantly because less bags window space takes up.
Significant less bags. What's really nice about it too is it actually looks like a building at that point. Like lots of times you're just looking at it and you're like, yeah, it's a wall. I'm like, oh, it has windows. Oh, now it's a building.
Yeah.
It's very different.
Yeah, for sure. It's like, oh wow, this is going places. Okay. The Notorious Yum said, either I'm having a stroke or those sand sculptures are moving. And I believe that you're referring to the little sand sculptures. We had a little sidetraction, as my mom would call it, to go out to Page, Arizona, Arizona and visit that area. And they had done, I believe it was Mom and Shay had did all of our buildings in sand, which was just, they did a really good job.
They did a really good job.
And the little wobble that you saw, we have a stabilizer that we put on in our program that we edit in Final Cut Pro, and it kind of warbles sometimes. But the warble is a lot of times better than the jerk, so you have to kind of decide.
Yeah. People,
so that was decided
whenever they're filming the ocean, that's how they get the waves. Oceans don't have actual waves.
And it's all stabilization effects.
Yeah, it's all stabilization
effects.
Obviously.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Towners Moment said, "So whose birthday is it? Because I heard some birthday music in the mix." This was Bryson's edited video, by the way. And I actually didn't hear the happy birthday.
So you noticed that. No. There's a song called Birthday or something in there. Well, now I know why it was called that, because that was not a purposeful thing. It just sounded fun, so I threw it in there.
Yeah, so good catch. You caught more than we caught. I'll tell you something.
Good.
I think Mom actually was like, "Oh, that's happy birthday." And we were like, nobody's going to notice.
Don't notice that.
Good job. Good eyeball.
Yes,
you weren't the
good
only
eye.
one, too. I think there was a few people that were like,
wow.
"Hey, happy birthday." It's like, there is no birthday, by the way. It's just to say. Frankie Carroll said, "I have a question. What is going to happen to the beautiful house that your mom and dad are in now?" And I think when the apartment goes in and they move in there. And I think it'll go to one of us kids, probably.
You thought or a guest room.
Guest room or something. We'll figure it out. Believe
it'll
me.
be someone who will need access to a closer restroom, for example, or it'll be someone.
It'll be family.
It'll be family.
Well, I don't think anybody plans on going anywhere too far. So, but fear not. All of these places will be lived and loved for, I can see, probably many years to come. Possibly many generations of my little homesteadians.
Yeah, I was just looking at guys
creating our own race. No. Hobbit-like hermits.
Wow.
Just kidding.
Consistent, I would say.
For sure. Well, we are super excited about this workshop going up. We're going to be doing, like we mentioned in the live stream at last Monday, we are going to be doing every other week. So, and I think actually you're going to be working on the water drilling rig, possibly.
Maybe.
Possibly.
Yes, possibly. We're trying to figure out what to do because our parents left us.
No.
They decided they're just quitting, and they just left.
They didn't. Our older sister, Jocelyn, and her family, and they're out. So they're out of state for the month of July. So we're home alone. All of a sudden.
We're trying to debate on what to do. Dad's the head of the shop project.
Yeah.
So to not have him kind of slows things a little bit down. We can bag, and that's something I could do without a problem, and I think we could easily we could easily do that.
Yeah, but then he's got places where he wants to hang future things,
certain,
and it's kind of
plugs
scary
that need to go in place, certain spots.
And it would suck. We're like, hey, we got all the walls done. We wouldn't. By the time they got back, and they're like, oh no, we needed this in there and this in there.
We need that and that and that and that.
Like, no.
We'll have to tear it down to get this in. And so I don't know. It'll be something. It'll be something.
Yeah,
we'll either continue. There's the other side of the building that needs the foundation laid, and that's quite a bit of work.
Yeah.
So if we do end up doing it, we might go to the other side and do that foundation
I don't think we
work
can,
up to at least the electrical level.
I don't think we can scoop a foundation because I don't think there's anything that belongs in the foundation other than foundational things, which is just the bag and dirt, as from what we understand.
It's pretty simple. So I don't think we can really mess that up.
So we might do that. I don't know. We'll keep you posted. But either way, we got a lot of content. We're working on the RV. We got the well rig, and then of course I don't know.
And if we end up not doing the back thing, we'll end up doing the well drilling rig too, which is a fun project. It needs to be done as well. So
so really all kinds of fun stuff that we're going to be sharing with you this month. We're pretty excited. Well, this next month we're not quite into July yet. I keep thinking it's July, and we're not quite there yet, but we're close.
We're close.
We're close. So anyway, we really appreciate you hanging out with us and taking the time to comment and be a part of the discussion with your suggestions and all kinds of fun stuff and your funnies too, things that you laughed at. It's so fun to be like, oh, this thing that we edited got a laugh or whatever. That warms our hearts too. So thank you for sharing that as well. We really appreciate you being a part of our family. We want to give a special thank you to our Patreon supporters. Thank you for your financial support. If given $1 or $2 a month sounds like something you might want to do, the link to that will be down in the description as well. Thank you so much, and we look forward to having another jam-packed fun week. Well, like I said, we'll be jam-packed all the way up for us up until Friday. For you, then you get to see it. But on Friday, we'll have another weekly peek. It'll be the RV this week. So Jared and I are going to be hard at work this week. Anyway, all that to say, thank you so much for being with us, and we'll see you Friday for another week.